Good morning. My name is Dan Frye, and I am a member of the Concord Unitarian Universalist Church. My wife and I affiliated with the church in August of 2019 and had the privilege of joining the church officially in December of that same year. Lynn has asked that I take a few minutes this morning to speak with you from the perspective of a person with a disability to address how the church could become a more accessible and inclusive environment for me. And with that in mind, instead of talking about what you should not do, I want to offer 5 suggestions about things you might do instead of being negative, being affirmative, that will help our experience to be inclusive and accessible. When I speak of accessibility, I mean both physical accessibility, but as much as that, I mean emotional accessibility. First, when you meet me, introduce yourself, and know that in subsequent occasions when we encounter one another, I may also need you to introduce yourself again. This isn't because I have a particularly bad memory, though I might. It's simply because it takes a few times to memorize a voice. Please don't infer that I'm not interested in who you are if I don't know your voice the first time, and be patient with me as I come to understand who you are. So say hello and say your name, and in the fullness of time, I'll be able to respond, I suspect, with your name before you have to tell me. Second, it's important that we as blind people get to participate in all aspects of the church experience, and part of that is knowing how to take advantage of hymns that we sing. I have a Braille copy of both the Till and Gray hymnals, but in Braille, we have on a page approximately 1/3 of what is on a print page. So as you might imagine, I have thousands of pages of our hymnals. Since I can't bring that entire box with me to church, it would be nice if the hymns that were going to be included in the service were simply listed in the bulletin so that I could pull the appropriate documents and bring them along, since I can't see the words that are printed on our screen. Third, I think it's really important for you to understand that blind people represent the full diversity of society, the full macrocosm of human experience. Some of us are introverted, others not. Some tall, some short. Some intellectually engaged, some not. But in short, what you need to understand is that we are a community just like you, with interests that are similar to yours or different. If you accept that blind people are not a group of people that are uniform, but instead are as diverse as you are, you will find a group of people who you will enjoy making friends with. So keep that in mind as you think about blindness. Fourth, I urge you to understand that blind people can walk around independently. Some of us use a cane, others use a dog. And it may not look exactly like you're walking the way we walk, because we use touch and other techniques to achieve our goal. But as you see me walking around the church and occasionally reaching for something, you should assume that I am trying to figure out where things are, and instead of immediately jumping to help, give me the agency of figuring things out for myself. Finally, my 5th suggestion is this. Understand that blind people may wish to participate either as a leader or as simply a member that wants to be quiet. I was particularly interested in being a part of the worship associates and pastoral care associates. This involvement came from my desire to become a minister, and as many of you may know, I'm currently a rising second-year student at Meadville Lombard Theological School. I hope that I can develop the leadership skills at theological seminary that will now allow me to become an effective minister in a parish. But if I don't succeed in a parish environment, chaplaincy or other alternatives may exist. As I start to work with you more regularly, come to understand that blindness, again, really is nothing much that you need to think about. If I need help, I'll ask. And if I don't ask, assume that I probably can do pretty much what you can. Thank you for considering my perspective through the lens of blindness,